her growing into the tempo of games and touches, and she starts to get better. And I think that her time with the Orlando team, obviously that helped, getting regular minutes there. So I think that's a part of it, but I also think her mindset. I mean, Alex is hungry to prove herself. You know, she's and I mean this in the nicest way, she's a predator. You know, she's trying to get on the end of balls, and she's battling for balls and working hard to regain. And she generates a lot of our attack from her defensive pressure. So just that, I think there's to what I attribute it to, but I'm just incredibly proud that she's gotten to that point in terms of realizing that this refocus on what she needs to do for her to be successful. When Alex is moving and aggressive both sides of the ball, I see the types of performances that you're seeing. Someone who's incredibly hungry to score goals and puts herself in really good positions to get those. You know, and her touches are, I mean, she's taking some balls down that are really challenging and finishing with some quality.
Go ahead, Graham.
So what is the early word on Mal?
Yeah, I mean, now obviously our doctors are going to take her tomorrow probably to try and get an MRI, but at this point it looks like a hamstring, and we'll get that scan tomorrow and then know more. You know, I would hazard to say at this point she won't be available for the next game, and you know, that's obviously the smart and cautious thing to do in terms of that. But we'll have probably more answers, you know, in the morning. Obviously disappointed for her, and you know, but she's, you know, for a player that's playing her first year as a professional player, the rigors of that and just her commitment to the national team, I think she's, you know, she's been going through a lot in terms of just you know, seasoning herself. And you know, it's unfortunate at this point in the season for this to happen, but again, it's part of the game and part of the player's journey, and I think she'll bounce back, no doubt.
The last time you guys were here, it was obviously an emotional game with Abby Wambach retiring and coming off the World Cup victory. Just what was different about the preparations for this friendly?
Well, we did have, you know, I think with Abby's game, we literally came in the day before, had stadium training played. You know, it was just a different time, different mindset. You're there, you're kind of in the celebration, and you're in the winding down mode. Now we're in the amping up, and a lot of different faces and personnel, and so it's just a completely different approach in terms of, I mean, we always want to go out and win, and we were disappointed we didn't send Abby off with a result, but you know, in terms of what we're trying to work on and improve, you know, I think tonight was important for me to get quite a few different players in to just continue that belief that we're going to need a good, strong core of players. So yeah, different times. I think we went to the House of Blues afterwards or something. But
yeah, it was serious winding down mode.
It was serious winding down.
Yeah, just really quick, statistically, you know, with the shots on goal differential heavily in your favor, possession and stuff like that, how much of that was the U.S. dominating this game, and how much of it was just styles of play and maybe South Korea's defensive posture to start?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I would say a game, my whole approach to this game was a focus on ourselves. So, you know, obviously we understand what our opponent is capable of doing, we scout them and we take that approach, but everything we're trying to do right now is on bettering ourselves. So, you know, I felt in the first half there were times where we weren't patient enough, we didn't try, you know, we got stuck on one side, we didn't swing the ball around, we weren't patient in the final third, we got stuck a lot, I think. I think second half it was better, and there was more ball movement, ball rotation. So I think it's us, you know, at this point it's about what do we learn from one period to the next. Like, it's not even one game to the next, it's what do we learn from the first half to the second half. And then we take those away. And at this point where we are, it's not hammering home the things that we're not doing, it's saying let's continue to do more of that, but also learning why certain things weren't successful. And I think that's really where we're at. You've still got young players, and they've got to, part of it is certainly teaching and reviewing film and training, but a part of it is also just the experience that they've had. I mean, Abby Dahlkemper she's on her 10th cap, but she's going to learn every single time she's on the field right now. There's going to be more experience. I mean, we went into a World Cup with players with like 300-something caps, so, you know, that's the priority for me right now, is just our players taking things away that they're going to be able to apply down the line, and helping that process, you know, being able to not just coach them, but support them in their journey.